Well, hi everybody. I'd like to talk to you about the supreme bodyguard. There is no bodyguard like a dog. Faithful, fearless, fierce, and we've had experiences with dogs taking care of us. It's a wonderful creature, truly. And for those of you who know dogs, and those of you who have witnessed a dog protecting either yourself or somebody else, it's something you will never forget. These are true tales of my African adventures. May this inspire you, deter you, caution you, and above all, entertain you. I've told the story, I'll tell it again sometime, about how a dog turned somebody who was pointing a gun at me, obviously to shoot me, untrained. But for today, I want to tell you how a dog went to my wife's rescue. Now, we had an outside office. It was a well-wooded property in Johannesburg. In fact, we still have that property. And we built this office outside in a leafy area near some bamboo under a large tree. It was a very nice place to sit, and there was a beautiful pathway leading from that office to the main house, so one could be away from the house and sit out there and enjoy the bamboo and the tree and the shade and the weather and so on. It was really very nice. So my wife would sit there, and very happy to work there in this peaceful setting. Now, we had a dog called Napoleon. This was a Neapolitan bull mastiff. For those of you who know them, it's a spectacular dog, a Neapolitan bull mastiff. It's thought to be the dog that fed Romulus and Remus, if you remember that story. You see the picture of Romulus and Remus suckling under the dog. Anyway, so there we are. It's an Italian dog. And they are very, very good dogs. They're kind, they're good with children, but don't mess with a Neapolitan bull mastiff, because he'll take you out in an instant. So one day Dawn was sitting there doing her work. The dog, as usual, accompanied her and waited faithfully outside the office, lying in the shade, to be of service. And of course he was fond of Dawn in any case. All of a sudden, a large ringneck spitting cobra, known locally as a rinkhals. Rinkhals means a ringed throat, because they have these white rings under the throat. They don't get that big, 4.5, 5 foot maximum. And this was a big one at 4 foot. 1.2 meters, and they're quite heavy-bodied. They're a spitting snake. They have fairly potent venom. It doesn't usually kill. The last person killed in South Africa by a rinkhals was many years ago. But the venom is potentially lethal, but can have devastating effects. They spit their venom too. Now, snakes don't essentially spit like humans. Humans spit, but that's kind of disgusting. Snakes don't spit in that same disgusting way. What they do is they have powerful muscles around the venom glands, which are situated on either side of the head. And these muscles contract. They then force the venom under pressure down ducts, tubes into ducts in the fangs, and then they leave the fangs under pressure. And in the case of the rinkhals, he throws his body forward at the same time as this process is happening, and it catapults the venom out up to 1 or 2 meters. And if it gets in your eye, it starts to cause damage in the eye, which is very painful. And you, at that point, need to rinse it out. I have been spat in the eyes myself more than a dozen times, but my eyesight is perfect. My eyes were not affected by that because I always managed to rinse my eyes out very quickly. But I can tell you it's very painful, very painful. I've treated a lot of animals that have been spat in the eyes as well. In fact, quite recently, a person on our property had come there with a dog, and the dog walked straight up to one and it spat straight into its eyes, and the poor dog had big red swollen eyes for days, but we treated it and it was fine. So Napoleon was outside lounging around and doing his usual thing, waiting for dawn. He was very fond of her and obviously very protective. Suddenly he started barking. Now, he didn't bark unless there was something on the go. So Dawn got up to see what he was barking at, and as she stepped out the door, there was a rinkhals, a ringneck spitting cobra, and it raised itself up. Now once they do that, they spread a generous hood and they display the white bars, the rings under the throat, and it's at that point that they will spit their venom. And when Dawn saw it doing that, she got a fright. And when she got a fright, Napoleon realized that there was something wrong with the snake being so close to her, and he ran at it and grabbed it mid-body and shook his head violently, so the snake was just being flung backwards and forwards in the air, causing obviously a lot of damage, and the teeth went right deep through the snake, and then flung it into the air. And Dawn phoned me. I wasn't far away. She told me what had happened. The snake had been bitten by the dog. And would I come and just sort the mess out? So I came home. I wasn't far away. I retrieved the snake. I said on my way back, she must just follow the snake and stay back a bit, because I didn't know how badly injured it was and whether it could still deliver a load of venom at her. And I said she should pacify the dog and let him know he's done his job. And when I got there, she pointed out the snake and I gently captured it. Saw that it had been very badly bitten, so I gave it an injection of antibiotics and antibiotic topical cream, and stitched up the wounds and put it in an enclosure to see if it would recover. Thanked the dog for doing his duty, petted him, gave him something nice to eat, and spoke to him fondly, as I did in situations like these, and he was wagging his tail and very happy, knowing that I had acknowledged he had done his job. So there you are. Can you believe this? A dog is just not afraid of anything. When it's time to step up and do your job, boy, you can't beat a dog. Hey, by the way, I do have Patreon, so you can join me there too.